Hello friends, welcome to Reads and Eats. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you clicked on my video today. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. This is another one of these like chatty, kind of cozy ideas videos. I hope you enjoy them. I enjoy kind of putting my list together of things to do. These are things that I think are probably won't cost. I try to make it that they don't cost a lot of money or they're free. And I just think it's things that are nice things to do that maybe during this winter season. I know we've only got like a month and a half supposedly left, but I know that March can also be a really wintry month. So sometimes I count March as a winter month, but technically it's the start of spring. But yeah, so these are some things that you can do over the next couple of months that when the weather's not brilliant, you want to just do a few nice things that just maybe break up the yuckiness. So here are some ideas for you. So the first one is meet some friends and go for a walk. Now this walk can be round a park, it could be in a beach, it could be in a wood, it could be anywhere. But just go and meet, it doesn't have to be lots of friends, it could be one friend, and just go for a walk. Have a really nice time in walking, bundle up, but then once you've done that, go for a cuppa. Now you don't have to go to a coffee shop. You could say to your friend, okay, why not come back to mine? I'll provide the coffee and cake, and then the next time you can do the same. You can do it that way. That's one way to do it. Or one of you provides the tea and coffee or hot chocolate, the other one provides the eats. So you're splitting it. And then it's not something expensive, because going to coffee shops can be very, very expensive. So that's one way to do it. If you can't meet up with your friends, why not organise a video chat with them? This is what I do with some of my friends, especially my friends in America and Canada. I do like video chats, and we make it a time when I've got a friend who lives up north, and she and I once a month have a get together, but we're having a hot cocoa or a cup of tea, and we just snuggle up, whether it be in a chair, on the sofa, under blankets, and we just catch up. And it's really, really nice. We can be on chat for an hour to an hour and a half, 2 hours easily. But it's just fun to do, and it's a nice way of keeping in touch. And I just think it's a cozy thing to do when I can't actually physically go and visit these people. We can do it that way, and it's just a really, really nice time. Next one is spend time in a hobby you love. I will be spending time doing crocheting and cross stitching. So they're kind of two of my main hobbies, and I spend time doing them, and I love doing them. I also do my glass work. I have lessons a couple of times a month, and I love doing that. So those are sort of my hobbies reading as well, But I'm trying to sort of give ideas for other things that can be done. I love making cards and bookmarks. So I spend time doing that. Those are just nice things to do when the weather's yucky and you're like, nah, I'm not going out. What can I do? And those are some nice things. Next one is start a new hobby. This year, I want to re-pick up another skill that I learnt but I've let go, and that is I want to relearn to do brushwork, like calligraphy and brush lettering. I really, really want to sort of start practicing that. So that is definite for me. The other thing I would like to do, I got inspired by watching the Christmas cookie challenge on Food Network, and I want to learn to decorate cookies. So that's me going to be starting a new hobby or a new skill. So it doesn't have to be something like that. It can be something else that you have always wanted to do. It doesn't have to hopefully cost a lot. You use YouTube as a facility. That's what I did when I started crocheting. I used YouTube to learn how to crochet, and I'm really glad I did. Then my friend gave me some more pointers, which was really, really good. Next one is start to learn a new language. use Duolingo. Duolingo is free. And there are so many languages on there. I'd started to learn Italian and also to brush up on my Gaelic. I've let that go. I'm sort of swithering whether to sort of start redoing that again, but I just don't want to overload myself. So I'm just, I may do it periodically if that's me, but it's always a good thing to do, and I think it's good for your brain as well. Next one is go on a coffee date with yourself. This is not something I do, but it's something I like the idea of, and that's just going into a coffee shop, taking your book with you, or a craft if it's cross stitch or something like that, or knitting, or crochet, and just have yourself a coffee or a hot chocolate, cup of tea, whatever, and just spend some time out with your home or the four walls in a different environment, and just enjoy that experience. It's, as I say, something I would quite like to do at some point, and it's something I'm thinking about. Next one is visit a thrift or charity shop, browse and maybe buy a book or a puzzle that appeals to you. You don't have to. It's just go and see if there's anything that does appeal. I know that I've got some friends who love to do their thrifting, and they come up with some wonderful finds. Sonia from Sonia with an I, my cousin, is just brilliant at that. Absolutely fantastic. She really does find some great books and other things. So yeah, I think it's a good thing to do. We have a number of charity shops within our town that I may go and start looking at and just having a look to see what they have, and it's just a fun time. Next one, read a book you've been wanting to read while it's raining or snowing, while snuggled up under a blanket with a hot cuppa. Is that not a perfect way to spend a rainy or snowy afternoon? If it's a book that really appeals to you, you're going to dive straight into it. You're snuggled up, you're cozy, you're warm. You don't have to go out. And you're just going to get immersed and sucked into a world with characters that you are just so wanting to read and so wanting to be there. It would be amazing. You may, depending on the size of the book, you may actually finish it in the afternoon. And it's just a lovely way to spend some time. Next one. Look on Pinterest, find a new recipe you want to try and make it. I am actually doing that tonight. I am making a new recipe to us that I found on Pinterest. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like, and I will probably vlog it when I'm doing it so that you get to see what it looks like. But it's fun. The amount of recipes you can find on Pinterest is amazing. Mind you, the amount of things you can find on Pinterest is amazing. So I use it as a resource. It's great. The next one, make a mood board from Pinterest for the spring. Could be to do with your garden, your home, places you want to visit, or things you want to do. You could, it is a great resource for pictures. I use them in various ways, for cards, for bookmarks, for going on my wall. But again, make a mood board of things that you want to do or things that you would like to put in your house, and just sort of see what you can come up with. Next one, if you crochet or knit, maybe start a new pattern or finish one you have started. I plan to try and finish my scrap blanket this winter, and then decide where it's going to go. But yes, that's going to be my big crochet project, is to try and finish it. It's almost there. So I keep saying don't I? Really annoying. So yeah, that is my big project goal for this winter. Next one, write a card or a letter to a friend you haven't seen for a while. They will love that. They will love getting something in the post that isn't a bill, isn't a circular, isn't crud mail. And it lets them know that you're thinking about them. And hopefully they will write back. I love getting pen pal letters in the post. It is wonderful. And I enjoy sending pen pal letters, so that is a really good thing. I've got some cards I need to make over the weekend that will be going out to various pen pals. So I just really enjoy the writing to people and telling them my news and everything like that. And I hope that they enjoy getting them. But yeah, so that's fine. Next one, find a movie you want to see. Maybe make some popcorn, snuggle under a blanket and have a movie night. I still have some Christmas movies I haven't watched. And at some point I will snuggle under a blanket and I will watch one. Because it's a nice thing to do. Luckily Mum quite likes them. Dad is not so keen in the Christmas movies, but he's very good. He will let me watch them. And that's a lovely thing that he does. He'll just sit and read, but then he'll go, that was quite good, so he's going to be paying attention. Next one, have some friends over, ask them to either bring books, clothes or puzzles they don't want anymore, and have a swap party. Anything that is not wanted at the end of the swap is donated to a thrift or charity shop. It's a way of maybe you getting some new items if you want them. It's a way of you getting rid of some items that you maybe don't want anymore. And it's then when the rest of it, whatever's left, as it goes to charity, they will be really grateful to have some donations. So it's a nice way of refreshing either your reading or your puzzles or your games or even some clothes that isn't going to cost anything. It's just a fun idea. Next one, bake some cookies or a cake and give them to an elderly neighbour. Or even just to your neighbour, as a nice neighbourly gesture to say, I've been thinking about you, or just go, I was baking and I made some extra here, I thought you would like some. It's a nice way to keep community with your neighbours, and if maybe your neighbours are elderly, you may be one of the few people that they actually see because you've done that. I think is a nice thing to do. Next one, if you have a lot of books in your TBR pile and you don't know what to read next, why not write each title on a slip of paper, fold it up and put it in a jar or a cup. Then each time you can't decide what to read, pick a slip from the jar and that will give you your next read. It's something I've thought about with my big 50 titles TBR list, but I then changed my mind. I think I'm too much of a mood reader, if I'm honest. But it's an idea. Next one, if you can, why not batch cook a soup you love? Have it either for your lunch or dinner, then box it up or use soup bags and make enough for some other meals and put them in the freezer. We do a lot of batch cooking of soup, and we put it in the freezer. It means that we have soups for other meals and we don't have to think about it. We tend to have at least 2 different soups in the freezer at one time, so we have some variety, which is really, really good. If you like to colour and don't have a book that you like to colour in, check out Pinterest and download some of their free colouring pages. If you print them onto cards, you can then colour them and use that card to write a letter to a friend. I've done that a number of times and I've really enjoyed that experience. It is really, really fun. It's nice just to get back to colouring. It's a nice hobby to have. And if you don't have colouring books, there are some really nice ones that are fairly decently priced on that online book place. You know, the online shop, you know the one I'm meaning, it begins with an A. So, there you go. Next one. If you have access to Libby, spend time looking through the magazine section and choose one to read that appeals to you. I've looked through Libby and I have found a number of magazines that I want to read, so I've just kind of saved them. And I will, over time, just start reading them, which is really, really nice. It's a nice way to have a variety of magazines that you can read that does not cost money. And you're still getting up-to-date magazines, which is wonderful. Next one, catch up on your favourite YouTube videos, your YouTubers' videos, or find a new channel to watch. It's always fun to find a new channel. You don't have to subscribe to the channel at that. you can watch a couple and then decide and then subscribe if you really like it. But there are so many booktubers or YouTubers out for various things that it's sometimes nice to find something different to watch, which is something I like to do. I don't always want to watch BookTube. There are other things I do tend to watch, which is nice. And the last one is, why not pick a room or a cupboard and have a declutter time? Give yourself, say, an hour to declutter and see how much you achieve, and anything that you don't want within that time process, or once you've decluttered anything you don't want, why not give it to charity? Donate it to charity. Charity shops here are always looking for clothes, books, puzzles, craft things. I mean, when we were decluttering the office, any craft stuff that I didn't want went to a charity shop, and they were delighted to have it. They really were. So that's some ideas for you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've had fun kind of making up some ideas. Come chat with me in the comments. Did any of these ideas appeal to you? Are there any that you think I've missed out that could be added? Come and tell us down in the comments. I would love to know. But have a really good cozy winter, friends, whatever you decide to do. I really do want to know if you decide to pick up a new hobby or anything. I would love to know what you're going to pick up. But if you've enjoyed this video, on your way down to chat with me in the comments, please hit that subscribe button. It's for free, doesn't cost you anything, keeps my channel growing, which is wonderful. I'm having a great time. I'm really enjoying getting to know more people with it. And hit the like button as well. That'd be great. It just helps us keep growing in the algorithm and everything. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye!